the only pharmacist in the United States Congress, the gentleman from Georgia. If you have a written statement, we'll absolutely make that a part of the record, but would welcome your oral testimony as well.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for having me here today, Representative Slaughter and members of the committee. I'm here to speak in support of the H.R. 244, the MAC Transparency Act, that I believe is being offered as an amendment. And as you say, I was a practicing pharmacist and the only pharmacist in Congress. And I want to support this because I want to support greater transparency in prescription drug pricing. Since the 1980s, pharmacy benefit managers, referred to as PBMs, have evolved from fiscal intermediaries who adjudicated prescription drug plans to companies that manage pharmacy benefits. They negotiate drug discounts and they require patients to use preferred providers and products. This evolution has led to fewer choices for patients and greater restricted access to community pharmacists. Two things that we have to have in healthcare in order for us to keep a good healthcare system in America is competition and transparency. PBMs have taken both of these out of the marketplace. I believe one key aspect to any fair and competitive market is transparency, and this is what this bill does. Without transparency, consumers are not able to evaluate products. They're not able to make informed choices or participate in the full range of services the market could offer. Pharmacists on a daily basis, help their customers navigate the pharmacy benefits, knowing that PBMs will not update their maximum allowable costs, max. What these are costs that the PBM set, that's the maximum amount you're going to get paid for that drug, regardless of how much you paid for it. That's all they're going to reimburse you for it. So they're controlling the reimbursement rates of pharmacists. With PBMs intentionally failing to update their reimbursement rates, pharmacists have no choice but to operate at a loss because the cost for the pharmacist to purchase the medication is higher than what the PBM's reimbursement rate is. That's right. We're having to sell the drugs for less than what we paid for it because the PBMs are not updating their MAC prices in a timely fashion. This is why Representative Collins' amendment is so important. This amendment brings transparency to a market that has grown out of control due to its lack of transparency and government oversight. By requiring PBMs to update their MAC price list once every 7 days, pharmacists and anyone else who is involved in the prescription drug market will have more accurate information on their reimbursement rates related to medication. I cannot stress the importance of government oversight that this amendment creates. No medical professional should be forced to work at a loss because another industry has run wild and does as they please. I urge the committee members to support this amendment, and I would be happy to answer any questions regarding the issue. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I thank the gentleman from Georgia. I thank all of you for your testimony, and I would yield to the gentleman from Texas, Dr. Burgess, for any questions he might have.
Mr. Chairman, I just want to thank our witnesses for being here today. Since I likely will be in charge of this rule on the floor tomorrow, I will have ample opportunity to speak at length, and I encourage everyone to tune in on C-SPAN and listen to the riveting debate, and I'll yield back.
The ranking member, the gentlelady from New York, Ms. Slaughter.
Sir, yes, indeed, we have a large audience watching. It's always astonishing to me how much everybody loves it. We should probably get an award, don't you think? No commercials. Well, sort of. I'm sorry, but I missed the first part of what you said, and I'm very interested in what you said. PBM stands for what?
It stands for Pharmacy Benefit Managers. These are a third party, if you will, third party managers. They control, they negotiate prices with drug companies, and then they control how much they reimburse dispensers. The problem lies in the fact that most PBMs have their own pharmacies. So not only are they deciding how much they're going to charge the insurance company for a drug, but they're also deciding how much they're going to reimburse the pharmacy for that drug. So just an example, when you've got a pharmacy such as CVS that owns an insurance company, a PBM such as Caremark, they can decide how much to charge the insurance company and how much to reimburse the pharmacy. And what happens, you remember a couple of weeks ago we had the hearing in the Oversight Committee with Turing Pharmaceuticals, Martin Scarelli, and PharmaBro, and then we had Valiant. The generic price increases that we've been experiencing. Daraprim pyrimethamine, went up from $13.50 a tablet
Oh,
to
I know.
$750 a tablet. Now, if that were on a MAC list, they'd be reimbursing at $13.50, and I'm supposed to have to buy it for $750? Obviously, I'm not going to be in business very long. All we're asking them to do is to update their list every 7 days. You know, as a practicing pharmacy in Georgia, in order for us to report for the prescription drug monitoring program, we have to report every 7 days. For the pseudoephedrine, you know, the Sudafed that's used in methamine and everything, that has to be real-time reporting. All we're asking them to do is every 7 days.
Right. And you